Good.
All right, here we go. Podcast episode number 2.
Episode 2, yeah.
Hello.
Hey, David.
Hello.
How are you this afternoon?
Hi, everyone. I'm fine. About yourself?
Hi, welcome.
Thank you.
So this is Barbara. She's working with us on the award show. You obviously already know me.
Hi, Barbara.
Hi, David. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you as well.
So where are we catching you from today? Where in the
Let me
world?
see. Barbara, I am here in Oklahoma City in the studio. My studio, as he wants to emphasize. I just got out of the gym, and yeah, that's what's going on. I'm in Oklahoma City today, but I've got coming up this weekend, Dallas as well. So here we go.
Good. Well, I appreciate you joining us on here. We're just going to run through some quick questions with you, get to know Mofax a little bit, get some Mofax about Mofax.
I love it.
All right, well, first off, I'm going to want you to nominate another DJ within your same genre that you would like to see maybe interviewed or nominated for an award. And then if you've got 2 or 3 off the top of your head from 2 different genres.
I'm not the shout out. So probably be Calvin and Klein for my genre for sure.
Yeah.
Calvin and Klein for my genre, and then as far as artists from different genre, I definitely shout out or nominate Gil Chip, he's here in Oklahoma City.
Yeah.
Another artist outside my genre. Let me see here. Man, probably Nick P.
Nick P, where is he out of?
And he's out of Dallas.
Out of Dallas? All right. And Calvin Klein,
Texas.
Dallas as well.
Yeah.
All right. Awesome. Thank you. And those are just people that you've been rocking with lately, people that you know.
Yeah. People I've been interacting with, they're just, homies that you see around, or, for instance, I probably see one, if not both, members of Calvin and Klein like every weekend, because I'm in Dallas every weekend working production. So.
Okay. That's awesome. Well, speaking of outside of DJing, I see you just came from the gym. Is that one of your other passions outside of music? What are some of the other things that you like to do with your free time?
Yeah, blocking out the gym is pretty common for me. I don't know. I probably should pump the brakes on the caffeine intake. But
we're all guilty, huh? We're all guilty. Too many monsters.
Yeah. Take 400 milligrams of caffeine in my pre-workout. Combo with citrulline and these capsules that they sample at the supplement store next to. I don't even know what's in them, but they give me a so that's how we do it.
So caffeine in the gym, that's your passions right now, outside keeping that body right.
Yeah, I'm pretty passionate about it.
What kind of workouts? Are you a lifter, runner? What do you do mostly?
I'm bodybuild. I'm allergic to running, to politely. All cardio in general, I'm allergic to.
Oh man, that's my favorite.
Awesome.
Yeah.
You gotta get those gains though.
Yeah, that's all.
Okay, good for you.
That's all I care about is just, adding muscle.
Okay.
So let me jump in with the next question here. What made you decide to start DJing back in 2018?
I was working at a shop, and I've always been into electronic music. I remember when like Tiesto in the 90s, I feel like 98, 99, if you stayed up long enough, you could hear him. They would play his sets on the radio, like, on Kiss FM, and like 1 or 2 in the morning, one or the other, So that's what really started it for me. Of course, I was very young and I wasn't old enough to even attend events yet. But over the years, I've been in the Army, I've done, I swear I've done it all. I've done it all.
Yeah.
And I was working in a shop, and I heard my boss playing Dead Mouse, and one thing, conversation led to another. One thing went to another, and ended up going to his house. He used to be a DJ. I'm like, I just started working there, and then this weekend I'm at my boss's house learning how to DJ, drinking beer, all that stuff. So it was pretty nice.
That's sweet.
That's how it started.
That's awesome.
Well, speaking of, so over the years that I've known you, I've seen you collab with a lot of different people, a lot of different DJs. If there was one that you would want to collaborate with in the future, who would it be?
Definitely Matt Cesari.
Definitely Matt Cesari.
Yeah, absolutely. That's who. I mean, Matt was. It's funny, getting in at that job and had a DJ and whatnot with my boss, and I just took off with it, and then I was under a truck working, this track by Matt Cesari called Crack Body came on. I put my tools down, I just, I was feeling this track, and that was a spark. It's just like, I just want to do this like as like a living, and that evolved into me walking out of playing an after party club, walking out at 5 a.m., going into work at 6 a.m., so yeah.
The hustle. The hustle.
I feel like I got that crack body with you, gosh.
Yeah.
What has been your favorite venue to DJ at so far, and why?
Favorite venue?
I'd
probably have to say, my favorite venue would probably have to be probably St. Vitus. It's in Tulsa, Oklahoma. That's there's just something about that place, as far as it's just how the place is put together. It's like the only like house techno disco club like in the state of Oklahoma, and it's just how it's just really put together. It's really magical. It's very intimate, and there's just moments that happen when the music's so good you don't hear anyone like talking. Like for a brief moment, you just hear anyone talking because everyone's just dancing. I mean, they'll be like screaming and whatnot, but you won't hear any conversation like whatsoever. Yeah. So it's just that place really pulls off really well. When the music, it's kind of like when you're eating at the dinner table and no one's talking, so the food is good. Same thing with the music.
Yeah.
And so as far as like that place, the way the music hits, the way it's set up, is just perfect for what you're laying down.
Oh, absolutely, yeah. And they've got mirrors on each side of the room, so you can look on either side and see yourself having a great time on infinite dance floors. It's just, you just have to go there.
Gotcha.
Does it make it a little bit specialer that it's home?
Yeah. I mean, it's a little 2-hour drive for me, but that's no big deal. But I mean, it's just worth it every time. I mean, when I go, I'm just there. Like I don't have like a schedule like, oh, we're gonna stop here and go. Like, no, once I go there, I've even put my phone on do not disturb before being in there.
Okay.
And let me see, I've got one more for you here. Who's your favorite DJ and why do they inspire you?
I hate to be repetitive, but that's gonna go back to Matt Cesari again.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's gonna go back to Matt. I mean, it's been, it's just crazy from that moment, being in the shop, hearing that track, to fast forward, like, he's signed all of my records. Like I've tour managed with him, or tour managed for him before. I mean, just I'll probably say it's like a month ago. I mean, I flew out to LA, and he actually played he played my newest release like in front of a sold out crowd on Hollywood Boulevard at Sound LA, and it's like just the way like the crowd reacted to it, but not even just the people in front of us, but it's like the talent buyers and agents and other artists and tour managers behind us that like Ric Flair, like woo, you know, like that. Yeah. I'm telling you, every time I hear that clip and I hear that, just hear everyone behind us go stupid to the track. Yeah, it's just, I mean, just words can't describe. It's kind of hard to not get emotional about it, but yeah.
That's a huge accomplishment. Well, congratulations. It sounds like it was all really well received.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Okay, cool. So Matt Cestari, so we should look out for another collab with you and him, maybe a Mofax Matt Cestari back to back. Let's put it in here.
There should be, you know, I don't want to say too much, but there will be some pieces of material in the future. Yes.
Okay, let's manifest that for you right now. Well, moving on. I do remember back in 2018, your first project, Babe. Did you think that you would continue to produce under the same genre that you are currently now? Or was that kind of just like, were you hoping to run all the way with Babe? Or are you happy to make the transition?
That project was really just trying to like find myself as an artist, because there was a while, like, you know, like I went to EDC Vegas by myself to kind of like figure out what sound I wanted to go with. And I came back and I was like, you know what, I'm going to be the next Chris Lake or Fisher, you know? And then that turned into going to a Nicole Wadabra show. I'm like, you know, let's just shelf Tech House since I'm a techno producer now. And, you know, I used to do like those main stage sets as well, but it was just trying to find what sound I wanted to concentrate on, you know?
Okay, so that was like your first project, finding yourself, and so it's healthy to move on past that, maybe now that you found your more particular sound. Okay, so moving on.
Yeah.
Anything else you want to say about that project, or have you put it to rest completely?
It's gone. You know, I get people ask like, hey man, we're gonna play, is like when Mofax did a little change of direction a few months ago, I did get a lot of questions if I was going to pick Babe back up. I was like, nah, it's gone. I saw the Instagram account up though. Yeah, I've been honestly contemplating taking it down, but I don't know. We'll see.
All right. Well, salutations, Babe. He was important, but he's gone.
Yeah.
So let me see. I've got an interesting one. So what's been the best or most interesting thing that has happened to you while you've been on the road?
I don't know. I think the best thing is something I can't say on this interview, but I think I'd probably say the worst thing that's ever happened being on the road is it's like, you know, when you take these long trips, you know, like I'm at a phase right now where I'm not quite there to where every promoter is paying for the flight, they're paying for the hotel, they're paying, you know, for the travel, you know, they're paying a whopper of a fee and all that. Like I'm almost there. However, like, you know, I've had an instance where I hit the road with someone, and then it was a 10-hour drive, and then, you know, someone decided to stay, and I had to do the 10-hour drive back by myself. And that was, I mean, I'm telling you, after a night and a morning, you know, of a great time, that was completely agonizing. That was a nightmare. I mean, having to pull over and, you know, sleep. I mean, that 10-hour drive was like a 17-hour drive. That's how often I had to stop and sleep. So that's the worst thing. I probably said the best thing is, you know, I played for Loco and Jam. This is at Voltage in Dallas, and you know, like, you know, I love St. Vitus, I love Voltage. Well, they're both like neck and neck as far as what parties I like to play. But I'm getting in town, and you know, picked up like a TM to like TMing for them the night before our show, and we went from one place to another, and after party, after party, hung out, all night, some of the morning. It was a great time. I'd probably say one of the best things being on the road as far as shows I've been booked for.
Okay, stumbled in some greatness. Well, this is a at-home question for you, Dave. Since we have what I'm going to call a fledgling scene here in Oklahoma, even though I do believe we have a scene, how do you feel about creating and evolving the scene here?
Oh man, preach to the choir. So I used to throw events. I was really on this. It's a way to say it. I was like really just cavalier about creating a different vibe or a different community, within our scene, because we're in the Midwest. So it's mainly like a base market here in Oklahoma. And when I was first getting started, like, okay, fine, I found what music that I like to play, but it's like no one's buying tickets for that, and no one's also throwing shows for that. So I started my own with a partner of mine at the time. Shout out Vince LePeltier, and the parties are great. I mean, we started down at Fandango, which is like a really rough part of town, and then we got moved up to the club in downtown Oklahoma City at Golden Hour. But I really started to like lose myself in the promotions, and I was starting to like forget like what I started doing this for, which is making music, playing shows, getting paid to do it, making a living off of it. And I really started to notice that as like other players, other promoters started come to the table. It really felt like they didn't want to book me because to them I was a competitor, not an artist. So I've completely stepped back from like the party planning and promoting and doing. So I'll still like maybe share a flyer or something like that.
Yeah.
But I've an opportunity for next week. I'll be headlining it's here in town. It's called Glam. It's like 3 venues in one building. Anyway, I'll be closing it down this Saturday, and it's a show, so everyone's more than welcome to come out. I just want to see everyone there. But yeah,
that's impressive. Oh, I wish I could make it. I'm actually based in California, but come find me at EDC.
Okay.
Yeah. Vinyl in the back is where you're going to be playing, correct? Like the venue.
Yes, yeah. Party in the back.
And then, all right. So my last question kind of ties in with Barbara's. What has been one of the toughest experiences in your musical career so far? Speaking like emotional wise, technical wise, like what has been a challenge?
I probably have to say it's been the sacrifice, like when it comes to making this like making it a reality. I mean, it's expensive, like it's not cheap being an artist. Like, you have to have a team, you have to have a photographer, videographer, media, an engineer, you have your production engineer, a master engineer. There's a lot of pieces that goes into any project, especially, Mofax is like, if everyone in my team was a part of this interview, I probably couldn't even fit them in the studio right now. It really does take a team, but it really comes down to the sacrifice. Giving up a lot of things that keeps you in a place of comfort. Like, it's all about uncomfortable, because that's just what it takes to go through this process. Opportunities, may open and close. People will believe in you, Some people will, will turn their back on you. People will leave you. From sacrificing habits, sacrificing effort, and sacrificing people, to an extent, it's tough, man. It's not for the part. It really isn't. Then you have the constant battle with yourself of wanting to quit. I feel like if you're not doing it right, or if you don't, in one way or another, think about quitting almost every single day, then you're not doing something. The same as if friends and family think you're crazy, you're not doing it right. So it's the sacrifice is the toughest part.
Well, thank you for recognizing your team as well. I think that's really important to recognize those that are there to support you. And I think it's super cool that you recognize their contribution to you and your music and your vision. I would like to add a question about mentorship. So if you did win an award, we are trying to get the award winners to offer advice and support to, a fellow nominee at a lower tier. Would you be willing to do something like that if you win an award?
Whether if I win or not, I'm always available for advice. I even do production sessions, DJ lessons, you name it. So absolutely, I'd be available to provide advice.
That's fantastic, and thank you for offering despite the outcome.
Yeah, absolutely.
So we have one last fun question for you, so we don't take up too much more of your time.
Mm-hmm.
If you could be any fruit,
you're fine.
What would you be and why? If you could be
I'd
any
definitely
fruit.
be any fruit.
Let's hear it. Let's hear it. Let's get a little bit more of your inner workings of your personality.
I probably if I could be any fruit.
He's thinking hard. This is going to be very
telling.
I
really am. If I could be any fruit. You know what? I guess I'll be I'd just be a banana. I would just be a banana.
A banana?
I'd just be a banana. Yeah.
He's reliable.
Yeah. Heal me and use me. That's what the music industry is to me anyway. So I'm a banana.
Well,
I like
also
it.
Bananas are important for cramps from dancing. So
absolutely. Potassium.
You're the cramp cure. Got to get that crack body right.
That's awesome.
All right, David.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you. Love you guys.
Good night, guys. Bye.